Well, hello, everybody, and welcome, and happy Friday. My name is Roger, and this is your daily tarot map for Friday, September 18th, 2015, using tarot to create the life you want. Well, as per usual, I want to thank you all for liking these videos, for sharing them on your social networks, for subscribing to this channel. I really appreciate all of your support. So this week we are working with the Tarot of Delphi, created and curated by the talented J.D. Hildegard Hinkel. And the three cards drawn randomly from the deck today were the Four of Cups, the Six of Wands, and the Hero of Wands. So the first card in today's draw is the Four of Cups, a card of boredom and of apathy. Now this card usually pops up when we're feeling unmotivated, uninspired, or just plain stuck in a rut. It might suggest that we're feeling world weary. It could also indicate exhaustion, especially if you've been burning the candle at both ends as of late. It's worth mentioning here that this watery card is ill-dignified by the fire card next to it, so the feelings that you might be experiencing should be only temporary. The woman in this card is sitting silently, smelling a flower, which makes me think of the need to stop and smell the roses along the way. So if you've been feeling a tad down in the dumps recently, think about all the opportunities that are available to you. This might help you to see your situation in a different light. This card also might be here to give some of you a gentle nudge, telling you that it's time to get back into the game. Now, our next card, the Six of Wands, is a nice illustration of what awaits us if we do get back into the game. Success and recognition. Now, this card depicts the triumph of Titus, and we see him as a center of attention in some sort of processional, recognizing him and honoring him. We do sometimes become frustrated by our work and by our projects. But once we light a fire under our own keister and apply ourselves once again to the project, we will eventually reach the end and perhaps enjoy a bit of a success when it's all over and done with. But I guess the key here is to apply oneself. There's no recognition or success to be attained if there's no finished project or product. So this is not the time to give up, but instead to keep plowing ahead. Maybe plowing full steam ahead, like the figure in our third card, the Hero of Wands. This card makes me think of riding past the finish line. This is definitely a card of movement and of high energy. It's also a card of daring, of being bold enough to take a risk and to try something different. But in light of the other two cards in the reading, I see this as a recommendation to take control and to be assertive. Don't allow your own inertia to sabotage all the hard work you've already done. Know that you can come out on top, but as with anything, you have to want it badly enough. So, how badly do you want to succeed? So, today's message for these three cards is: the only thing standing between us and our goal is the garbage we keep telling ourselves as to why we can't achieve it. Success often requires that we step outside of our comfort zone and take control. So today's advice card comes from the Symbolon deck, and the card drawn randomly from the deck is the King's Two Children. So such an interesting card for today's draw. Now this is a card of longing, of emotional need, of perhaps feeling emotionally unfulfilled. Kind of like the message that we saw with the Four of Cups card earlier. So instead of yearning for the princess and wishing she were near, instead, why not figure out a way to get her or to get closer to her? In other words, what can you do to change your own situation into a more fulfilling one? If you're feeling overwhelmed by an enormous project, know that even taking little steps at a time, you'll eventually reach the end. That old eating an elephant saying comes to mind. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So whatever it is that you might be yearning for, figure out some action steps that you can take to make it happen, because wishing alone isn't going to be enough. And once you do decide on some action steps to take, and you find out the princess is still unattainable and out of your reach, then it might be time to find another princess. And that's it for today. If you like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you click the like button below and visit my website at tarot-dude.com, where you'll find all of my contact information. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Brightest blessings.